Hey everyone, welcome back to Thistle Hill Farmstead. Today I'm going to be working on a little fence project here. This is kind of going along with the septic tank installation that I just had done for our horse barn. If you haven't followed along with those videos, I'll put a link in the description of this video to our horse barn playlist and some of the videos there if you want to follow along with that. But what I'm going to do here is, since I had to take part of this fence up over here when they put the septic tank in, I'm going to take that opportunity, and I had to take the wire off. You see it kind of rolled up here. I'm going to take this opportunity to go ahead and take the wire off of the rest of this post here. I'm going to reposition those posts. All of our 4-plank horse fence posts are at 4 foot on center. I think these are at 10 foot on center. So I'm going to reposition these posts at, I said 4 foot, I meant 7 foot on center. I'm going to reposition these posts at 7 foot on center, and then I'll come back and put the boards on here so that we'll match the rest of our 4-plank horse fencing around our chicken coop area. So that's what we're going to do today. Come along with us. So the first thing I want to do is take this wire off of these posts, and what I'm going to use to do that is my fence pliers. And I've talked about these in several videos before. They're invaluable if you're going to work on fences. What I'm going to do is use this this little beak part here, which basically goes in between the staple and the post, and you pound on it here with the hammer and you're able to pull those out. So I'm going to pull these out of here. There's a lot of them in here. I got a little overzealous with the staples, I think. And then I'm going to do that all the way down the rest of the fence line. It's going to be easier doing it with that or with this screwdriver, and just get it between here and pull them out. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to pound them out with the with my pliers. I don't believe that it's going to do it. Let me get up closer here and show you what I'm doing. What I'm doing is pulling back on this as I'm hitting it with the hammer. I want to save my staples because they can be reused. All right, I've got that to do about 100 more times. All right, I've got all the staples out. So now let's roll the wire up and get that out of the way. Alrighty. Whew, that wire's heavier than it looks. All right, let's get the posts up now, and then I'll be ready to drill new holes. Now that I have all the old poles up, I'm going to pull a string from this pole down to that one, so I have a nice straight line, and then I will mark my 7-foot on center positions, and then we'll drill some holes. All right, I've got cheated a little bit yesterday. I did come out and go ahead and mark my 7-foot spots. You see these orange marks, but the fence was still up, so I'm not online. You see where these post holes are in line. So all I have to do is go and move those little marks over a bit so that everything lines up with the string, and then I'll be able to drill my holes. All right, let's do that. So many leaves in the way. I want to paint the grass and not the leaves. Oh, where's my next one? I think I may have to mark some of these again, because with me dragging the dirt, particularly right here, some of them are not very legible. Here's one right here. Come on, chicken. What are you doing? Tripping over my string? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. So it was right in here somewhere. Close enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's my other mark. Charlie, it's the sheep, which you have seen for months and months. All right, let me get my my measuring stick and just make sure those are close enough before I start drilling. This stick that I have in my hand here is 7 feet long. It's the one I use for all of the other fences. So let me just quickly recheck my distances here. Yep, 7, 7, 7. Yep, looks good. Yep. Those all I could see the marks before. These are the ones that were kind of iffy down here. Just check those. Yep, that looks good. And that looks good. Okay. 7 all the way down. Just so happens it worked out that way. That was nice. Okay, so I'm going to take that string up and then we'll start digging some holes. that went way better than I expected. A lot of times I have a hard time getting down into the ground, but I guess we've had some rain recently, so I think that kind of helped out with it. Most of them are pretty straight. That's why you might have noticed me pulling up, backing up, pulling up. I do that to try to get the auger to stand up straight. Just realized I walked away from the microphone. If you saw me pulling up and backing up and pulling up, that's so I can get the auger straight up and down. That thing's pretty floppy on the back of the tractor, which most 3-point augers are. So that's why I go back and forth to get it stood up. Getting a little bit of sprinkles here. I was hoping to get these in before it rained. So let me see if I can pull my string and see if I can drop some of these in before it rains on me. All right, I got the string. Let me go get my posts and I'll drop them in the hole and we'll start lining them up. All right, here's my posts, and they are 16 feet long. So I'm going to cut them in half to give me 2 8-foot posts. So let's start dropping some posts in the holes, see if we can beat this rain. me show you what I'm doing here. I've got my string, obviously, pulled to the face of that post there. So I want my string here on the face of this post. And I've got this little gadget here that shows me it's plumb this way and plumb that way. So that's going to get me a nice straight line with the faces all in alignment all the way down. So I'm just going to rinse and repeat. Let's see, several more times. My camera battery went dead there for a minute. I had to go grab another battery. So I don't know how much I missed, but you might have saw me putting in that 1, 2, 3, the fourth pole down. It was quite a bit out of alignment with the string, so I put the next pole in just to make sure I wasn't going on. And the next pole was fine, so I've got to go dig out around that pole a little bit to get it. All right, well, looks like I got them all in. Let's take a look, see what it looks like. All right, so you can see nice and straight on the string. Obviously, I'm going to have to cut the tops off, but I'll do that later once I put the wire back up and put the planks on. Then I'll trim the tops just like we did the other ones. Hey girl, you digging around? You helping me put the posts in? So yeah, I think it looks good. I wanted to get it in before the rain. It's starting to get a little dark here. It's supposed to rain, so I wanted to get those in, get them set before it rained, and I accomplished that. So that looks good. Hey guys, it's the next morning, and I'm gonna continue continue with putting the posts in on the fence. As you can see, we got all of these in yesterday, and now today I want to work on this little section right here. There's probably about 3 or 4, maybe 4 posts that need to go in here. That's a short run, but we'll work on that today. Now I'm going to start out doing the same thing I did yesterday with my string. Is I'm going to just pull a string line to make sure I have a straight line. This one's tied around this post, so I'm just going to leave it tied to this post, move it back down to the bottom, and then just come around this post here and go all the way over to where I need to be. Let's see, this thing's gonna be in my way, blowing. Let me see if I can grab one of these posts that are under here and see if I can keep this thing out of my way. Probably not. So I'm just gonna deal with that. It's windy today. All right, let's see. Get my string over here. I just need to keep it down below this thing. There we go. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt right there. Let me see if I can let the front of this down. Hey, Charlie. Hey, Dix, what are y'all doing in there? Yeah, that's not going to work. So I'm going to take a brick here, push this back to where it needs to be, and just set my brick on it. All right, that's close enough. Close enough. It's not rocket science. Now I'm gonna get my pre-measured stick and mark my hole locations. You can hear Atlas over there. He's saying good morning to everyone. All right, so got my paint. I've got my 7-foot stick. Let's mark some holes. Now I want this in the center. So let's see. I need to push this over a little bit too. Grab this rock here, and I'll just push it over to the center of the pole. There we go. All right, that should work. It's not going to be too far off, but believe it or not, every little bit counts with that auger. The less you have to dig with the post hole digger, the better. Okay. Go from here to here. And I'm going to have to be careful here too, because this is where they put my septic tank and my drain lines in. So I don't want to dig into those. I think I'll be okay. Okay. Come on. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get back here with the tractor or not, but we'll see. All right, got all those marked. All right, let me move my string now, and we'll dig some holes. Try to get this back one first back here. Let's see. I bet I'm gonna hit roots back here next to these trees though. All right, let's try it. See what we get. I'm gonna have to go back and look at my video and see. I think, well, he might have came right here with the drain lines, but I don't see. This looks like undisturbed ground here, so maybe I'm okay there. Let's see here. So I think he might have went right between here. Because this is still brown on the top. Yeah, I think I'm okay with there. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, this is pretty soft here, so there may be one right here. So I'll just dig this one by hand. Okay. go get with a tractor, because I can tell that's undisturbed ground there. I'm gonna put the one end at the far end down there, and then once I get that post in, I'll be able to pull my string back to this one and get a nice straight line. if you're thinking to yourself, man, that's an awful lot of waste for all these poles, you're right. The poles should be 7 feet long to begin with. So what I bought initially was 4x6 by 14 posts, and then I could cut them in half and get the 7-foot posts that I need, 3 foot in the ground, and then the rest up 2 to 3 foot in the ground. However, what happened was when I ordered the second set of lumber, they were out of the 14-foot posts, and I was needing to get that fence line down there complete. So I said, well, all they had was 16-foot posts. So I said, all right, well, send me the 16. And he actually gave me the 16-foot posts at the same price as the 14, since he didn't have them. And I could, I started, when I first started cutting them, I was cutting 2 7-foot sections and leaving the rest as a little chunk that was laying on the ground. And then I thought, well, there's no point in doing that and then potentially having a short post somewhere. So I decided, as I showed you yesterday, just cutting them in half. 16, cut them in half. It's 8 foot, which is way too much. As you can see, it should be maybe about right here. So I'm cutting off a good foot, if not more sometimes. But that's kind of how it goes with the fence build. When I first started to do it, I was really kicking myself, or really upset about the waste, because I don't like to waste anything. But I talked to a couple of the guys who build fences for a living, and they said, Todd, it's better to have waste than to try to be exact. It's not cabinetry, they said. Just deal with the waste. Again, these posts are 7 foot on center. So initially I thought about buying 14-foot face boards to go on them, and my guy said, don't do it, because you're going to have a post off somewhere, and the 14-foot is not gonna fit, and then you're going to wind up moving your posts and taking way more time. So I bought 16 feet face boards, and again, you wind up cutting off depending on where your posts are. And again, when I first started, I had my measuring stick, and I was trying to make sure that every post was exactly 7 feet between them. And I'll tell you right now, I would have never been finished with this fence. I would have still been working on the rest of it, because when you dig with the auger, you hit a rock, you hit a root, you don't get your auger in the right place. They're never exactly 7 foot. They're close. You go around, you can't see it with your eye, but I gave up on being that precise. And then because I have the 16-foot face boards, that gives me some leeway to cut off what I need to cut off. So yeah, for me, it was painful at first. I'm so anal retentive. I like for everything to be exactly right. Hence the string, which I do. I would never do without a string. I want the string there so it's nice and straight. And it shows. I have had a lot of people come over and compliment me on the fence. I said, man, that fence looks great. It's nice and straight. It follows the contours of the land, which is another thing that I learned, is to work your top rail first. Mark your 51 inches. I go down and mark 51 inches on all of them, put the board up, and then kind of adjust to follow the contour of the land, so that I'd rather have the gap higher and lower on the bottom than to have it really doing this. And I've seen some fences where people put them on and they're literally like this way, that way, this way, and just doesn't, to me, it doesn't look good. This, I like a rolling fence that looks like it rolls with the land. So I put the top rail on first, line it up by eye, make sure it's nice and visually nice and rolling with the land, and then I have a spacer board and I work my way down. Some people may not do that, but I would rather the fence look nice as well as being functional. All right, enough chit chat, let's keep going. Okay, second row done. There we go. Nice and straight. So what I'll do next is roll out my my wire. I need to stretch it back over here, and then I'll put up my planks. Charlie's here napping. Hey buddy, you hanging out with daddy? Yep. All right, guys, I think that's about it for this video. It's getting pretty long. I'll pick it up again tomorrow on the next video, so be sure to join us for that video. And as always, thanks for joining us here at Thistle Hill Farmstead. See you next time.